Today's video from Sam4S, we're taking a look at the end of day reports on your ER-180, and in particular we're trying to understand what each of the lines mean on the report. So I'm going to start with really basic sales and then really basic reports to cover the straightforward stuff, and then I've got a few sales and reports that I've already run through to try and help you understand what all the different titles mean. It's going to be quite a long video, so I'm just going to get straight into it because there's a lot of ground to cover. Okay, so this is a report and a sale that I've previously run through the machine. So I'll do this transaction as well so you can see exactly what I do. But at the top, this is a sale, so I've put £1 through every department, so departments 1 to 5. This machine has been programmed with tax rate 1 at 20%, and the tax rate has been applied to all those 5 departments. The sale was then a cash sale. So immediately after I did that sale, I then ran off a Z report, and we can take a look at what each of those lines then means, because obviously on a simple sale and a simple report it's much easier to interpret everything. So we've got here at the top of the report Z1 reports. That means it's done in the Z mode, so it's resetting. Financial just means that it's not a PLU report or a clerk or a time report, it's the financial report, so it's the key figures for doing your end of day take-ins. And then the first top section is fairly straightforward. It's basically the sales by department. So you've got a numeric value under each department. That's telling you how many times a sale was put through that department button. So 1 in this instance, and then the total value over there. At the bottom you've then got a total, so I've had 5 department sales for a total of £5. So that's really straightforward. Then we've got, depending on how the machine's programmed, you'll have TAX1 sales. So all my departments are at tax rate 1. So again, I appreciate this is a bit of a simple version of it. So my till is set to be 20% tax, and the tax is inclusive. So the figure below, this tax 1, is 83p, and that's because my sales will have been excluding tax £4.17, and then with the 20% VAT added on, as it currently is in the UK, that gives me 83p, which makes it £5. So then I've got net sales, so that's how many sales were put through the till and the total value of net sales, so that's £5 again. Gross sales we'll cover in more detail later in the video. Cash sales, because obviously the receipt was a cash receipt, so it's £5. Cash in draw £5. Draw total £5. At the very bottom we've got the grand total, but I'll cover that in more detail later. So that's really simple. Obviously that's a really easy report to analyse. I did say I'd put the sale through, so let me just double check I'm in the reg mode. So it was £1 through each of the 5 department buttons, subtotal, cash, and then I went to the reset mode. So just a quick on the read mode, if I did a read report it would give me the exact same information but it wouldn't reset it. So if you're doing your end of day report you need to be reset 1 subtotal, and then it gives you the same information but then it resets it for the following day, so you're not messing up your reports. So that report there, if you pause the video if you want, because I want to make this as quick as I possibly can, all those figures will be exactly the same as each other. The only difference will be the grand total. So it's a £5 cash sale for each department, and then the same splits here and here. Okay, so that's an easy report. That's really easy. That's about as basic as it can get. No one ever does a report quite like that. One of the parts of the report that can cause a bit of confusion are the discounts. So in this section of the video we're going to take a look at the discount button. So on the till you've got a percentage premium, so a surcharge button, a percentage discount, and then a minus key here. In this video I'm looking at these two, but the principles are the same. So if we take a look at the, which one should we look at first? We'll look at the on an individual item. So on this sale here, again I put £1 through each department, and then I applied a 10% discount on one of the departments, so it took 10p off, so my total's £4.90. and then on the next sale I put £1 for each department and put a surcharge on of £10. So then I immediately ran a Z report. So we've got a fairly similar looking Z report, but obviously there's a bit more data down the bottom. So we've got all our sales by department. So technically we ran £2 for each department. So our department sales are £10, and that's correct because we've got 490, 590. So that is, can I do the math? Yep, that's £10. TAX1 sales, TAX1. And then here we've got, so this is just to show you item percentage total. So that's the 10p that I took off one of the departments, the item plus total, the 10p that I added on, and then the net sale. So this is where the gross sale starts differing from your net sales, because the gross sale ignores the discount because it's 10p more, but it includes the premium. So you've got to be careful with the gross sales. It's not always that useful a figure for your actual cashing up. And then the cash in draw, cash sales £10, which is correct, cash in draw £10, and then a draw total. So it's all correct, it's just what do these mean? And obviously again I appreciate that this is simple because I'm doing 1 or 2 transactions at a time, and then doing the report. So here on this sale it's slightly different. I've put £1 for each department, and then I've done a 20% discount off the whole sale. So it's dropped it from £5 to £4, 20%. And then the following sale I did the opposite. I put through £5, added 20%, so we've got a £6 sale. So here we've got departments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, £2 for each one. Department total £10, tax 1 is all correct, and then what we're interested in now is the sale percentage. So you see that description slightly different. So my reports are still really simple because I'm only doing one different type of transaction at a time, but your report, if you've been trading all day, will have a lot more information. So it's the same, other than that one says item and these say sale, and then the rest of the totals are all the same. Okay, so that's your sales, discounts and percentages. Another thing that can cause confusion on the reports is returns. So here I've done a, if we look here, £5 sale, my normal sale, £1 for each department, and then immediately after I've done looks like a partial return. So the top line of there is £1 returned through department 1, and then some sales. So let's have a look at where it's done. Everything else is normal. So we've got £5 and £3. So my department sales are £8. My net sales are £8. But then there's the return at £1. So you can see the gross sales ignores the return. So again, that's a reason to not always look at gross sales. Cash sales is £8 because I've cashed it off. Then you've got cash in draw and then a draw total. Okay, so that's returns. So returns are factored into your net sales, but they're not factored into the gross sales. So then this is an error correct. So this is where you've done you voided the last item in a sale. So £1 for each department as normal, and then I've error corrected or voided department 5. So the sale is £4. So the department totals are £4. So we've got department 1, 2, 3, 4 only, and then so it's totally voided off the sale through department 5, which is correct. So £4 total, tax sales £4, net sales £4, which is correct, error correct £1, and then the gross sales, it's factored in. So the error correct is factored into the gross sales, and the cash sales, cash and draw total. Okay, so that's the error correct element of the reports. We've kind of covered most of the things. There's a couple of things I haven't covered. So what we'll do now is we'll do some sales. We'll do one big sale with a few different things on there. So we'll do £1 for each department, subtotal, and then we'll choose charge. So charge is kind of like Sam4S's description for, most people use it for your card payments if you've got a card payment terminal. It's a bit old hat now, but there is a check button as well. You don't have to use it for check, you can kind of use it for whatever you want to, and then we'll just to keep it in line. We'll do a cash one, and then we will do a Z1 reset, so that's one subtotal. That's something I didn't do on a, so you've got here, so let's just go through it all. So we've got free sales of £5, so we've got tax sales of £15, and each department is a quantity of £3, £15, so it's all straightforward, but it's just to show you. Then got cash sales £5, cheque sales £5, charge sales £5, and then cash in draw. So cash in D is cash in draw, cheque in D is cheque in draw, charge in draw is obviously charge in draw. They're all £5. Your draw totals £15. Obviously only £5 of that is cash, £5 of each of the other methods of payment. So that's those. One tricky one, you may not use them that often, but I'll show you them just in case you do, is the paid out and received on account functions. So received on account, which is this button here, you press it in the reg mode, and it's for if it's designed for receiving money into the till outside of a normal transaction. Maybe someone's paying back into petty cash. I don't know. If you use it, you type in the amount of money and then hit the method of payment, and then hit the received on account function as well. The only thing I don't like about that function, or these functions on this level of machine, is that it doesn't split out by method of payment on the report. So it can cause a few problems. Then paid out is the opposite. It's when you're paying a supplier, or perhaps someone's doing a coffee run and you're giving them cash out of the till to do it. That's paid out. And I'll just do a received on account by charge, just to show you how it can be confusing. So that's received on account, £10 charge. If I now run a, let's do a read report, because it's the same, but it just doesn't reset. Ooh. One subtotal, not one cash. So that, just to familiarise yourself with them, that's received on account RA. So there's £20 been received in, because we did our received on account cash £10, and our paid out £10, and our charge received on account. So that's £20 received on account, £10 paid out. So this is where it struggles. I know it does record it by, so you got cash in draw is 0. Really that should be -10 to me, because we paid £10 out. Oh no, they've balanced out. It's absolutely spot on. I did not know that. So we got received on account 20, paid out 10, cash in draw 0, which is correct, and charge in draw, which is £10. So that's absolutely spot on. So ignore that nonsense I was spouting about those. So yeah, that's all the lines of the report that I could cover. If you feel like I've missed something off, send me a message via the YouTube channel, and I'll come back to you. I'll have a look into it when I get a chance, and then come back to you. Final word on the grand total at the bottom. I can't remember if I covered that, but I'll put another video up explaining how you can set that to reset, but it's not necessary really. If you're just doing normal sales and cashing up at the end of the day, stick to doing your Z1 reports. I'll post another video showing you just going into a bit more detail about the difference between an X, a Z, and then your periodic reporting on this level of machine. Okay, so I really hope that video has been helpful. Please check out the other videos appearing on screen now. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel, or visit sam4shelp.co.uk for more. Thanks for watching.